Nasiriyah is a city in Iraq. It is situated along the banks of the Euphrates River, about 360 kilometers southeast of Baghdad, near the ruins of the ancient city of Ur. It is the capital of the Dahikar Governorate. Its population 2003 was about 560,000, making it the fourth largest city in Iraq. It had a religiously diverse population of Muslims, Mandaeans and Jews in the early 20th century. But today its inhabitants are predominantly Shias. Nasiriyah was founded by the Muntafiq tribe in the late 19th century during the Ottoman era. It has since become a major hub for transportation. Nasiriyah is the center of a date-growing area. The city's cottage industries include boat building, carpentry and silver working. The city museum has a large collection of Sumerian, Assyrian, Babylonian, and Abbasid artifacts. The ruins of the ancient cities of Ur and Lar are located nearby. Nasiriyah features a hot desert climate. Nasiriyah was founded in 1872 by Nasir al-Sadun Pasha. Nasir Pasha was the head of the Sunni Muslim al-Sadun clan, which was the ruling family of the Muntafiq, whose tribesmen were mostly Shia Muslims at the time of Nasiriyah's founding. Muntafiq power in the Basra Wilayat of Nasiriyah, and by 1908, he virtually governed southern Iraq on their behalf, having curried their favor by strongly supporting the 1908 Young Turk Revolution. It was a major center of trade in Ottoman Iraq and imported foreign goods via commerce with Baghdad and Basra. The chief commodities Nasiriyah produced included leather, grain and ghee. The town contained about 600 well-built stone houses, but most buildings and homes were constructed from mud brick. There were about 350 shops in Nasiriyah as well as 5 khans. The area surrounding the town was abundant in date palms and grain fields. The town was not protected by a wall like other major administrative centers. In addition to the administrative functions it played for the Muntafiq district, Nasiriyah served as a government outpost and settlement in a generally nomadic region dominated by local Bedouin tribes. During World War I, the British conquered the city, controlled at the time by the Ottoman Empire. In July 1915, some 400 British and Indian and up to 2,000 Turkish soldiers were killed in the battle for Nasiriyah on 24 July 1915. In 1920, Nasiriyah had 6,523 inhabitants. The population was ethnically diverse, with Arab Muslims accounting for 72.7% of the inhabitants, Jews 8%, Mandaeans 9.7%, Persians 4.6%, Lurs 4.3% and Christians, Turks, and Indians forming the remainder of the population. The Iraqi Communist Party's first cell was founded in Nasiriyah by Yusuf Salman Yusuf in the 1930s. It was also the birthplace of Fud al-Rakabi, who founded the Iraqi Ba'ath Party in the 1950s. At the time, the Iraqi Ba'ath consisted mostly of people from Nasiriyah, namely Rakabi's relatives and associates. During the 1991 Gulf War, Nasiriyah marked the furthest point to which coalition forces penetrated Iraq, with the United States 82nd Airborne Division and elements of the 101st Airborne Division reaching the main road just outside the city. In March 1991, following the American withdrawal at the war's end, the Shia population of Nasiriyah took part in the revolt against the rule of Iraqi President Saddam Hussein. The revolt was violently subdued by the Iraqi military with heavy loss of life and much physical damage. Many of its inhabitants were massacred by Iraqi government forces. Until the 2003 war, Nasiriyah was home to one of the biggest communities of Mandaeans in Iraq. In March 2003, Nasiriyah was one of the first major battles of the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Philip Mitchell of the International Institute for Strategic Studies so described the town's strategic importance to The Guardian. Nasiriyah is a major administrative headquarters and is also Majid's military district headquarters. It is a major strategic crossing point of the Euphrates. For all those reasons Nasiriyah will be well defended, which will slow the MEG down for a while. On March 23, the U.S. invasion force was ambushed near the city. 11 U.S. soldiers were killed and Army Private Jessica Lynch, Army Private Lori Piestiva and Specialist Shoshana Johnson were taken prisoners of war during the skirmishes. The Battle of Nasiriyah between Iraqi forces and the 2nd Marine Expeditionary Brigade under the call sign Task Force Tarawa of the U.S. Marine Corps lasted between about March 23 and March 29, in which 18 Marines were killed and over 150 were wounded, including a number hit by friendly fire from Air Force A-10 aircraft. But the Iraqi resistance was defeated fairly rapidly thereafter. The town has been relatively calm since the fall of Saddam Hussein. A truck bomb killed 18 Italian soldiers and 11 civilians in November 2003. And clashes erupted here in April 2004.